What's up, folks? How y'all doing? Been a while since I took this blog walk, but I've been putting in a lot of steps every day. So, yeah, when we start on be updated on the news with the latest big boxing match that was announced last Friday. Well, I didn't know. I went out of town to go get my little brother. Yeah, I gotta try to boost his morale, and because he's sad, very sad right now. I'm very sad for him too. Man, it's like a clear sky. You can see the moon. Yeah, I was already excited for the fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Now I'm doubly excited for the Jermell Charlo, or should I say Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo, because the A side gets their name first. Everybody thought it was going to be Jamal. I thought it was going to be Jamal too, because after they were talking about it, the insider said it was going to be Jamal. Yeah, I gave some thoughts about that, because Jamal hits hard, he got that hell of a shotgun jab. I think the Jermell's defense is better than Jamal's. You're more agile the lighter you weigh. Yeah, but it's gonna be Jermell Canelo. What's that? September 30th. Man, Jermell's moving up 2 weight classes, 14 more pounds. For the biggest fight of his career. Just when you thought they couldn't get no bigger for him with the Castano rematch. Man, but didn't he fold up Castano like a chair? And somebody just passed by and threw their trash out. Just threw this right here out, right here. Man, that Castano fight, man. Castano was tough that first fight. Jermell hurt him a couple of times. I want to see how it was a draw, truthfully. Yeah, Jermell just didn't hurt him. He had that boy running. Yeah, he was a little bit smaller, like probably about the same height as Canelo. Because Canelo's 5'7", and might be able to give him a half. But he's not 5'8", like they claim. Because he was shorter than Floyd. Yeah, fucking Jermell got that lateral movement to give Canelo all kind of problems. It's not gonna give him an angle. I wouldn't say, yeah, you maybe be able to trade with him at the right particular time. Like, late in the fight, because Canelo gasses out after 5. Derrick James is going to be the ultimate key for that fight, to have the right game plan, which you already know what it's going to consist of. Go to the body early and often. But let's keep it real. Those abs that Canelo got are not natural. But taking all those PEDs, you're not going to live that long. It's not going to live long. Hate to say it. What, he's 33, 34 right now? 33? He's 33 years old. Probably ain't can even make 50. Those PEDs fuck up your fucking kidneys and your liver. Filtering that out of your system. But I want to give a shout out to my boy Bobby Bomac. He wanted to hear my thoughts of the fight. I've been commenting on other platforms talking about the fight. Canelo gasses, man. After 5 rounds, I ain't gonna say he's done, but he's not as good as in the beginning of the fight as he is later in the fight. As y'all saw when he fought the Golovkin this last time. Even Ryder, John Ryder. But you know, those persons don't have any lateral movement. Golovkin's a straight ahead fighter. And truthfully, Canelo did not look good in either one of those last 2 fights. He looked good against Plant, but Plant gassed out. But what missed the Plant was he lost focus. Started talking to Canelo in the ring. Because he was fighting very well, getting out of the way. Canelo was just following him around the ring. Couldn't cut the ring off, nothing. Until Plant gassed. Charlo don't gas out. He gets stronger as the fight goes on. Just like Errol, he gets stronger as the fight goes on. And hopefully Errol doesn't take much damage from Bud and is able to help Jamel sparring. I know he's left-handed and all that, but it's just that good work. You know, that good work makes him that much better. That great work. Because, man, every time them boys spar, it's a hell of a workout. Hell of work for both. So you would think that Jamel's giving him some work already. But from what I saw, and what I heard, that Jamel fractured his hand in 2 different places. Between the index, between the pinky and the ring finger on his left hand, and at the base of the thumb where the thumb's at, sparring with Errol. So that right there, you know, he was getting that good work. He's ready to demolish Zoo. Because Zoo, he ain't got anything from Jamel. Yeah, he hits hard. He knocked out old Campo in the first round, and Capo was running and not even trying to face him, and left himself just wide open. But come on, seriously, did you think Campo was gonna give him a run for his money? Look who he fought. Look who Zoo fought. He fought a broken up Harrison. Come on, those left hooks. All those left hooks at the end of the fight where Jermell took his toll. Y'all saw how he fought. Yeah, he didn't have no game plan. Didn't seem like he had any game plan for Kazoo. Yeah, he was sticking that jab out there a little bit, but he was getting beamed up, running. Yeah, sometimes that one fight takes it all out of you, man. Yeah, but back to Jermell. He's gonna put on extra weight. That means he doesn't have to fucking drain himself. So he's gonna bulk up a little bit. He shouldn't bulk up too much though, because he needs that fleet of foot. That's where Joan Guzman comes into play. That's why you see the difference between the Castano fights. He had more footwork, he had more lateral movement. And bam, bam, he was going to the body. And that's the thing about Jermell. His left hook is his best weapon. He knocks motherfuckers out with that left hook. Because, you know, they always say it's that punch you don't see. They're ready for that right hand. But he gets them with that left hook. And then he left hooks them. Because they don't see it. After he dazes and staggers them, you saw how he did. I don't know if y'all saw it closely when he fought Castano. When he hit him in the midsection, you can see his back ripple. I never seen that before. You can see his back ripple like it had a muscle spasm. It rippled like. Then he just crumbled. He didn't fall down like head heavy. He crumbled right in front of him. Then when he got up, it had him looking like a bobblehead right there. Bah, bah, bah. Shit, Castano hasn't even fought since then. Can't talk about Mel's inactivity. Castano hasn't even fought. And he didn't even break his hand. But truthfully, as I said before in one of these other blogs, Jermell will give him a better fight than Jamal, because Jamal hasn't been in the ring in a couple years, even though Twin Charlo has to jump up 2 weight classes. I don't think it'll be hard for him. He'll do it right. He has what? July, August, September, 2.5, almost 3 months to prep for that fight. Or he had 3 months prep for that fight. How's it going? Yeah, 3 months to prep for the fight is Canelo be trying to give motherfuckers 6 weeks to prep for the fight. That's why I believe Canelo gasses out after 5 rounds. Because the PEDs. Yeah, he bulks up and he has those muscles. But those muscles ain't good anymore. Because the PEDs don't wore off. And when they wear off, you get more tired. You get more tired than you usually do. Man, Jermell, that's Arrows is 1A. And Jamel's 1B, man. I would have, truthfully, I think it was more of a, even though Earl gets the best of Jamel in the sparring, so they say, Jamel has that one punch knockout power compared to Errol Spence. Errol Spence has that accumulative damage. He breaks bones, but it's keep on. That's because his uh, Earl breaks because he keeps on hitting him in the same spot over and over again. Same spot, same spot. Man, because truthfully, I was excited to see if Earl was gonna fight Jamel for the 154. Because, man, I don't know. Earl's my boy, but Jamel's my boy too, man. I don't know if they had actually had the heart once they if they were to hurt each other, if they'll try to finish them off. Because after that, their career might be over with. Yeah, Jamel has nice footwork, nice head movement. Canelo has a little bit of head movement, but has zero footwork. He sits on his punches. He doesn't even throw combinations. Now he's throwing like one at a time. With Ryder, he was only throwing one at a time. One hard one at a time. Ryder couldn't get out the way of that shit. But truthfully, Mel's gonna have to hurt him and hurt him bad. That his punch output is like Mikey Garcia. Cause man, those, especially fucking Dave Moretti, that fucking cheating ass bastard. He should not fucking judge a fucking fight ever again. He's always on the big fights. He's always on the big fights, man. And Floyd always used to have him. Somehow, some way, he's getting paid to take him, man. Cause I don't like him as a judge at all. I really don't have any particular favorite judges, but he's one that's like I do not want for either fight. That's a big fight that's coming up. Nah, no way, Jose. Oh, Frank Martin's coming up too. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Boots is fighting. And so is Virgil Stanionis. I don't know if Virgil gained his form. I can't see Stanionis beating him. That's gonna be a great fight, though. I believe. The Boots fight out. Boots gonna win decisively. But we're gonna see. This is Boots' toughest fight yet. He's been smashing nothing but cans. It's gonna be his toughest one yet. Hopefully it's good. It's not lopsided or one-sided show. I know Steven Espinosa got a lot invested in Boots. Because Boots not with PBC, but he fights on Showtime. He fights PBC fighters because PBC fighters fight on Showtime. But his last fight, the last couple of fights he had, I was not impressed. He gets hit. He gets hit entirely too much for fighting a low opposition, you know. Yeah, in that fight, I believe he fought on the undercard for the undisputed bout for Jamel Castano. They were fighting outdoors, and Errol Spence was there. And that dude didn't have no heart that he fought. No heart at all. Just came in for the payday. You could tell when they get in that ring, if they don't have any heart, you could tell right away. He wasn't even up for it. But I'm not gonna lie, Boots is bad. But we just haven't seen him in there with that quality opposition. And everybody could say that's because nobody wants to fight him. But sooner or later, he's gonna have to fight somebody. He's not ready. He's not ready for Earl. And he might have been ready for him. Nah, truthfully, he's not ready for Bud either. Bud hits hard, man. Bud hits hard. But Jamel, man, Jamel hits. He knocked the motherfuckers out with body shots to the dome. That left, man. I know y'all see the way he took out Banana. Rosario, man, he punched him in the fucking gut. That dude was having fucking convulsions in the when he fell down. He must have hit him right directly on the diaphragm. Man. And the loss that he had to Harrison, he hurt Harrison a couple of times. I don't think he lost that fight either. He didn't take them belts. Dan Harrison was bullshitting, talking about his leg was hurt and all that. Harrison was done after getting all those left hooks. Harrison had a nice jab though. He was longer. He seemed longer than Jamel. But man, when he went against Tszyu, man, he had nothing for him. I think he was out there fucking them bitches over there in Australia. He should have saved that for after the fight. But man, shit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking I'm a little bit more excited for the Canelo Charlo fight than the Spence and Crawford fight. Because nobody saw that one coming. Well, I'm not gonna lie, my boy Champ side, he said he saw it coming. Because he had Jamel's #1 pound for pound. But I said, even though, I think on one of these blog blogs, I said Jamel would give him a better fight than Jamal. If Jamal wasn't in the right headspace and, well, he's getting in the right headspace. But that's tripped out how he declined that fight. He was supposed to take that fight. He must have had Jamel waiting in the back pocket, and he said, man, you could take it, little brother, because your success is my success. You have a better shot. But that's what it might be. Truthfully, that's what it might be. The 3 fights. Jamel, Jamal, then Errol. See, he's fighting all 3 lower weight individuals when everybody wants him to fight David Benavidez. Plan was fighting Benavidez good until he gassed out. He starts gassing out. That's still snack fighters, man. Fucking speaking of snack fighters, Bud is on that snack program. Mikey was on that snack. Is Boots on it? Does he have that snack patch on his trunks? Victor Conte, I don't see why anybody would trust his ass. Why? Because he could beat the system? Who wound up convicted PED cheater who invented the fucking... Well, I can say he actually invented it, but he was the one that was pushing it. He was the fucking the headpiece of the Cream in the Clear for Barry Bonds, and they all snitched on his ass. Rightfully so. They didn't want to hit that fair time. And baseball players, mega stars. Pettit, was that Giambi? Can't forget the Rocket, Roger Clemens. Man, it's a great year for boxing, man. Great. I'll see if we can get Virgil and Boots in there together. I don't know. De La Hoya is be acting funny, man. Virgil's gonna have to demand it. But I don't think he's ready for Boots though. Mean Machine was getting with his ass. He was getting with Bud too. Yeah, he dropped Bud. They ruled it a slip. But Jamel, man, he's highly confident right now. I saw that picture that was on Instagram. He looks a little heavier. He looks like muscle, but he's gonna get toned down. He's gonna fucking get to that 7% BMI before the fight, then rehydrate. He's gonna be bigger than Canelo on fight night. He's gonna be bigger than Canelo. Way bigger. But man, Al Heyman and PBC's putting Canelo through the gauntlet. I wonder why all of us, man, truthfully, this is Canelo's call, not Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso be having him fighting the weakest opponents as he can. Trying to weight drain him. Like what he tried to do to Badu. That's Eddie Reynoso's doing, not Canelo. Because Canelo, he has an alpha dog mentality. Feel like he could beat anybody. But come on, man. You're fighting someone 2 weight classes lower. You're not gonna get the praise, not just the praise. You're not gonna get the credit you deserve for fighting Charlo. But Charlo will get more than credit he deserves fighting him. Way more. Man, but I don't think he's gonna be able to beat Charlo. But Charlo's gonna have to hurt him like he's never been hurt before. Because those judges are not gonna just score the fight properly, man. They're trying to keep on getting those Canelo fights. And get that money under the table. Because truthfully, Canelo was gifted that draw against Golovkin that first go round. That second one, he beat him up, but that's when he was already got busted taking PEDs. And you can say what you want about clenbuterol, but it opens up your respiratory system, so you can breathe more air and get more oxygen through your blood. So you can say, oh, this and that. Oh, now I'm tired of the. Oh, he didn't know he was eating tainted meat. Come on, man. Jeffrey Reynoso was a butcher before he became a boxing trainer. You can't tell me that Canelo was just eating tainted meat off a taco truck. But man, you see his abs? That's not regular, man. You can't convince me that's regular. Haven't seen a bodybuilder's abs are not even like that. This look like almost like a fireman's hose. The thickness of his abs is not like a garden hose. But see, that's what he thinks that helps him, but that hurts him during the fight. He thinks that gives him more strength, but it drains you during the fight. And don't get me wrong, I was going for Canelo when he fought Triple G. I'd go for the Mexican over the Russian. Truthfully, that's what he is, or was. It's all Russian territory. But Golovkin lost to Derevchenko. I don't say the triangle theory doesn't work. Because Jamal beat the fuck out of Derevchenko. You can say what you want, but Jamal controls the fight with his jab. Because he got that shotgun jab. That's why Canelo's been running from him. Well, it's Eddie Reynoso pulling the strings on that one. Canelo's tired of fucking hearing that shit. But I went for 3 fights, that's gotta be at least close to 150. Because they offered him 45 to fight Canelo. He didn't want it. That's why he didn't want it. He had the 3-fight deal. Well, I'm gonna get 45 or 150. But let's keep it all the way real. David Benavidez is a weight bully. Really don't like to call them weight bullies because that's what they try to do. They try to be lean as possible. Going into a fight. And he didn't make that weight one time. He lost the belt on the scale, and that's when Canelo jumped at it. Because, he didn't want to fight for the green belt anymore. Then ever since then, Suleiman's been pulling all the strings for him. Suleiman's got to be the worst president of the sanctioning body. Well, he got that job because of his dad. They make nice looking belts, especially the ones that will always be for Canelo fights. But I'm not gonna lie, that Juneteenth fight for that Jamal won. Come on, man, how are you gonna put fists and chains and shit for Juneteenth? If anything, should have had the Black Power sign like they did in the Olympics way back when. Not the chains on it. Come on, man. That was a fucking slap in the face. That was fucking degrading. But his green belt had the, I don't know if that was kind of jewels it was. The black onyx or something, who knows. Those fists on there, chains were probably made out of real gold. But come on, man. Breaking the chains, not putting the chains on. But growing up in Houston, I always knew what Juneteenth was because it was the day, June 19th, was when the slaves found out that they were free. Because the word didn't travel fast. Those slave owners didn't want to come up off their slaves. They tended to the crops. Juneteenth. Yeah, Canelo got his hands full on this one. It's not no walk in the park, and he's declining. He should have took these fights when he was still at his pinnacle. Because, man, he's declining. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Canelo had a sparring partner in Mexico that he beat up so bad, went to the hospital, and he ended up passing away. Puro body shots, pa, pa. Canelo ain't who y'all think he is. He doesn't have a rosy past. I don't know if y'all know or not either that the cartels kidnapped his brother. Made him come off that money. Who knows how much. You know it had to be a big number though. Canelo came off that money. But they must have had an agreement that they'll never do it again. Hate to say this, but those cartel members, they're ruthless and all, right? Don't fuck with their money. But they like to pride themselves on keeping their word. I don't know any, but I never met any cartel member, or they pride themselves on keeping their word because of the shit. They're the ones who, their word gotta be good, and so is the word who they fuck with, who distributes their stockpile of drugs. And best believe they know where your people at for you to fuck with them. They know your people, and if you ain't coming with the money, they coming with their people, and your people's good as dead. Yeah, Canelo came off that money. But back to Jamel. Jamel, man, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm a little bit more excited for this fight. Because he has a chance to become 2 times undisputed. Then Derrick James will have 3 undisputed tags on his name. 147, 154, and 168. See, the belts at 160 are spread out between the promoters, so it's hard to collect all those. But man, that's, and then by the end of the year, Bud and Errol might have their rematch. That's if Bud wants the rematch. In my eyes, that's what I'm saying. Bud wants the rematch. Man, it's gonna be a spectacular few months. It's 3 weeks from this Saturday. Man, I gotta figure out if I can how I can record it on my TV. I know you can, but some way to watch later, but I don't know exactly how. I haven't done it. Maybe I'm gonna have to call my plug and get him to tell me exactly how to do it. Can't watch it at the house, but I don't know. I might go to my boy's house and watch it. I don't know, but I feel better like watching it by myself. Like I can see it better by myself. Yeah, but that's gonna be man, these next few months. Cause man, I'm not gonna take away from these fights coming up this weekend. The fight's coming up this weekend, and then it's Frank Martin the next weekend. That's what. Man. That's like my Super Bowl. Both of those fights is gonna be like the Super Bowl for me, man. Cause my team sucks. My football team sucks. The Texans, man, hate to see them do this with Deshaun Watson like that. Man, but he's over there in Cleveland. He got a few weapons over there. I'm gonna be watching a lot of their games this next coming year. Probably all of their games, truthfully. Texans too. Let me see what they got. They got a lot of young bucks, but and the quarterbacks usually do good their first year. The high drafted quarterbacks do good their first year because the NFL teams don't have much tape on. They don't have no tape on them because they open up the playbook compared to college. Man, it's a good year for sports. To see what the Astros, if they can start pulling their shit together. The Rockets, they drafted a lot of young players, but I don't know. I don't know about that, man. The Rockets, basketball just ain't what it used to be, man. The refs dictate the games with the whistles and it's really disappointing in the Miami Heat, truthfully. Butler couldn't do it all, but it didn't seem like, man, he started fucking with Shakira. As soon as they showed that he started with fucking with Shakira, his fucking production went down. Yeah, but Jamel, man, Derrick James is gonna have the perfect game plan. Cause I know he watches Canelo fights. He said he don't watch much boxing, but I know he watches Canelo. Oh, you know what? Cause I think he said he didn't see that. Come on, man. How real is that? Canelo was fighting John Ryder in the fucking phone booth. Still gassed out in the phone booth, man. Cause when I put it on TV, I said, man, what the fuck? What size ring is that? Because I saw him with the undercard fighters. I'm like, man, that's a fucking smart. I was like, man, my guy got it on the wrong channel. What? It's a small ass fucking ring, man. Smallest ring I've ever seen. I think standard ring is 20 by 20. This had to be a 15 by 15 or smaller. Yeah, Ronnie Shields. Hate to say it, but Jamel needs to switch to Derrick James. I know Derrick James said he don't have any more room in the stable. He was saying he had room for one more. He was waiting for one more before Joshua and Ryan. He was talking about Jamal. Cause he saw him. He was over there in Dallas throwing the pads with him. With Derrick James. Man, Derrick James is a fucking boxing genius. What's that? I don't know if that was his boxing name or what. Derrick the Brain James. I think that was because it rhymes. Because, man, he's a brain in that corner, man. It's perfect advice. Sound instructions. He said, don't aim for the head because he's squatting down. Aim for the shoulder. His head will be there. Bam. See if Canelo could take those body punches, man, because most of those fighters be too scared when they fight Canelo. They don't try to break him down. They're just happy to land some shots on him. But Bivol, you see what Bivol was doing to him. Matter of fact, I think Mel might be the size of Beevil. Not after the rehydrated Beevil, because Jamal looked bigger than Beevil. You know, they weren't. It wasn't in fighting shape. He was asking Beevil to fight, but Beevil don't want to fight you unless he can fight for a belt. He needs to go ahead and scrap it on with Beterbiev. That'll be a great fight. I don't know, but when Beterbiev gets a hold of your ass, you ain't the same. When Beterbiev fought Derek James, other fighter, man, he was doing very well. He was doing very well till he got caught. Man, after that, it was over in that same round. Beterbiev is cold. Beterbiev is cold. Canelo didn't want to. Beterbiev said, man, I could get down to 168. Canelo didn't want to put those belts on the line. He wanted his belt. Come on, you got to keep it even, Steven. We fought for my belt, you lost. Let me fight for your belts. Beterbiev, man. And Beevil. Those Russian motherfuckers there. But even though Beevil's half Korean, mom's Korean. Man, he was beating the fuck out of Canelo. You know when Canelo gets beat up, he wears those fucking sunglasses out to the post-fight. Then he said he wanted a rematch with him. Why you do the rematch clause and you sign it to do the rematch and then don't even rematch? Who knows? Errol and Bud might rematch at 154 for some of Jamel's titles if he wins at 168. Because if he wins 168, I don't see him coming back to 154. He's going to be Big Charlo. But Jamel's hella confident. That's half of the journey because most of those motherfuckers getting in there with Canelo ain't confident in themselves. Man, that's going to... They're going to have to put... I know pound for pound really don't mean much to Jamel. It means much to all the boxing pundits. But the win against Canelo will put him all the way up there. In everybody's pound for pound, not just my boy Champ's side. But Champ's side knows his boxing, man. I ain't gonna lie. I like watching him. I like watching him alive. But he gets feisty if those likes and ain't on time. He gets feisty because he knows that's what the algorithm for more people to see his content. Because man, before the Tank fight, he was sitting up under 100K subs. Now his last time I seen, he's almost 150. It has to be the fastest growing boxing channel. Blue Blood, truthfully, once he came out with that bullshit meeting Bud at fucking 7-Eleven, Circle K, whatever it was, 7-Eleven, I believe. Oh, that straight bullshit. Then he act like he brokered the fight, or he brokered the fight between BLK Prime and David Avenesian. It's been downhill ever since then. A lot of people unsubscribe to him. He has some knowledge of boxing. He has some good input. but not all the time. Like today, I think, was it today? Or was it yesterday? He said Jamel broke his right hand. Come on, it's been ever since he broke his left hand. Or fractured in two places. Everybody knows that in December. Yeah, but that's what Jamel needs to do. Fight Canelo for his belts. Then even if they do give the WBO back to, if they give Kazoo the WBO, go, everybody can take it. Go back down to 154 and get that belt back. Then leave those belts. Leave those belts. Go to 168. Unless he could try to pull a stunt off and get enforce that mandatory for the WBO belt at the 160. Man, Jamel Benavidez, if he beats, because you know those sanctioning bodies group up and see who's gonna go. If fighters undisputed, they get together and they have a pecking order for which mandatory is going to be enforced. Seems like the WBC always gets the first go at it. Because Morrell, I don't think he's ready. He ain't ready for Benavidez. Oh, one more. Take that back. He's at 160. So Ronnie Shields got 2 at 160. Oh, who they were talking about? Munguia? Munguia not ready for Benavidez. Man, Derevchenko, I don't see how he lost that fight on the cards. When he got dropped late, that fucked up everything for him. Derevchenko was putting it on his ass. He can't move out the way. I mean, Munguia is just a straight come forward. He don't know how to fight going backward. He can't fight well against persons with lateral movement. Yeah, I'm not biased. But probably a little bit biased towards the Texas fighters, but as far as American fighters fighting Europeans, and I like to call it straight down the line, truthfully, the way I see it. Yeah, a lot of people give Jamal a lot of fucking slack, a lot of flag for his fight with Montiel. But he hurt his hand in that fight. Plus, truthfully, Ronnie Shields he'd already hit his ceiling with Ronnie Shields because Montiel was coming out southpaw. And they didn't expect that. But Ronnie Shields didn't call out the right instructions for him to adjust. Even though Montiel won 1 round on one card, 2 rounds on another card, made 3 rounds on another card, and people trying to say that Jamel got beat up. Yeah, I think his right eye was a little swollen. Right eye was a little swollen, if I remember correctly. Man, there's some great fights coming up, man. That Virgil Stanionis is going to be a sleeper. That sound like somebody busting. See if we can check out that. After I finish this. Man, it's gonna be some great fights, man. I was hoping, I thought it was gonna be Jamal Canelo fighting in Houston. I said, man, I'll go to that one. Virgil Stanionis, he's at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. Boys Earl though, man. Get that undisputed. I'm more confident in Earl against Bud than Jamel against Canelo. Because Canelo, man, he's a PD monster. Just look at his abs, man. Look at his abs and tell me, does that look normal? Does that look natural? No way, man. See somebody over here outside. How's it going? Yeah, it's gonna be some that boxing, man. I want to know what y'all think about it. Oh, I've had a couple run-ins. Some of these boxing YouTuber pundits. First one was with the boxing gyms. Boxing gyms. He used my comment to make a whole thread. And motherfuckers was talking shit. They was just on his dick. And some persons agree with me. He said he didn't say, because I said, Bud's not going to generate enough power to hurt her fighting off his back foot, fighting on his back foot. Then he highlighted my comment and made a whole discussion about it on his channel, but he took it off because some persons was telling him you shouldn't be. Yeah, because dude said I wasn't even subscribed to him. I'm like, yeah, I've subscribed to you. Oh, Timothy Bradley brought me over here. Yeah, that's how much he didn't know about boxing. Because he was saying that Bud beat Porter, but he was saying off the back foot and on the back foot. It's two different things, in my opinion. On the back foot means you're putting your weight on your back foot. Off the back foot means you're backing up. Yeah, he started getting mad. That's why I put a post on the shit. You don't know shit about boxing, the acronym. Yeah, I screenshotted it. I just haven't took the time to post it and stir up the mess. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, he was comparing Bud's fights with Kell Brook and Shawn Porter to Errol's fights with Kell Brook and Shawn Porter. And if you know anything about boxing, anything, Errol took them boys' belts. He fought them when they were champions, at the peak of their career. Bud fought them boys. The last fight of their career. A couple fights after Earl. Earl's, he puts a beating on you. He breaks your will. Kills your love for boxing. Even Brook, his trainer didn't want to have nothing to do with that fight. You ever seen that Kell Brook was on coke and all this and all that? It wasn't even, but the opportunity came up for payday. Brook was doing good too. Brook was doing good. Matter of fact, he had a Bud's eye a little puffy till he got caught. And Bud closes the show quick. It's the same with Earl. No, he could take a shot, but he better not get caught. Because if you're dazed and delusional and confused and discombobulated in that ring, Bud's gonna take you out. But Kell Brook isn't defensively sound. Shawn Porter sure as hell ain't defensively sound, and he didn't. Porter still had some more in him, but his dad threw in the towel. Because that was a close fight until that he got dropped. Porter got dropped. See, because truthfully, Bud gives away the first few rounds. Because he's measuring them up, trying to figure out their tactics. He'll give up the first 3 rounds to get the knockout in the end. Don't get me wrong, Bud's a great fighter, man. Great fighter. But as far as being a great welterweight, he's not. He's not. He fought C-level competition. Yeah, he knocked them all out, but that's what he's supposed to do to C-level competition. And let's keep it all the way a band. Anything under 147 is junior varsity, man. Under 147 is junior varsity. 147 and up is varsity. Or you say 140 and down is college. 147 and up is pros. Bud been fighting since a kid, like 7 years old. Boxing. Couldn't even make the Olympic team. Errol started boxing at 15. Made the Olympic team. It's a big difference, man. Big difference. He got an 8-year jump on him. Couldn't make the. So that just shows Errol progress faster. Better and faster. But I guess, truthfully, as when you're 15, you understand boxing. Your mind is more complex than at 7 years old. But that's the muscle memory. He has the muscle memory. He has more muscle memory than Errol Spence. He's been doing it for a much longer period of time. But Jamel, man. I don't know. Truthfully, I think I'm a little more excited for that one. Because he's going against Canelo. But you got to get a decisive win. Because, man, even those in the Bevo fight, one of them judges was trying to get Canelo to fight. And I don't see how Earl got a split decision against Porter, truthfully. He out brawled the brawler. But man, him and Ugas, that was a great fight. Until Ugas got his fucking orbital broken. Because they were just leaning on each other, just But all the while, Earl's hitting him in the body. And Ugas was slightly bigger than him. Taller and bigger. But his legs might be a little bit slimmer. And people don't understand, if you really don't know boxing that well, that those body shots kill the legs, man. Kill the legs. Everybody's saying that Ugas was just standing there. Yeah, that was due to that body work. Oh, let me get back to that YouTuber. I think it's called Everything Boxing. That dude got mad at me. Because I said, Jamel said he would fight Errol Spence. At first he said he wouldn't. But on that Zoo Harrison fight, when he was talking to Brian Custer after the fight, he said he would fight Errol Spence. Because that's Mike Tyson got into them boys' heads. He said, man, if anything, that's when you're supposed to fight, get your boy the bag. But that's the thing, man. Coming out of a fight with Earl, he ends your... You only got 1-2 fights left for you, man. And against lower tier opponents. And see Ugas, I want to see Ugas make a comeback, though, man. I like Ugas. I've been like Ugas. Yeah, he didn't have the right trainer earlier in his career, but he got with Salas. He got him right. Man, Ugas beat the shit out of Pacquiao. You can say what you want about Pacquiao. Pacquiao was on his last leg, but shit, he beat Thurman. If it wasn't for that knockdown, it would have been a lot closer. Thurman was backing up. He didn't get hurt at all, but he hurt him with that body shot. Thurman spit out that mouthpiece. Yeah, that dude told me, I don't go to your job and tell you how to do your job. I've been doing this for a while. I said, man, I don't trying to go back and forth on me. He didn't want to after that. Or that dude boxing gyms, that one of the persons was saying, he didn't say he don't have power. He said he won't have enough power. Because you generate that power sitting on your shots, man. And if your weight's on your back foot, you're not sitting on your shots. Sitting on your shots is when you distribute the weight from the back foot to the front foot. Wow. Twisting your torso. That brings in that extra recoil. Yeah, both of those boxing YouTubers, I've subscribed to them, and they're saying, he don't know shit, he don't even subscribe. I'm like, I am subscribed to y'all. But I didn't unsubscribe. I just don't pay attention to their channel as much. You know? But Champ Size, my boy, though, man. Been with that boy since about 20K subs. Then my girl at the time would hate when I listened to Champ Size, because I'll be listening to him watching the Rockets games because of that Bomb Squad when somebody donates. Man, and if we give Wilder and Anthony to close the year, sorry, Derrick James. I can't go with Anthony Joshua. Can't go Anthony Joshua. Not against Wilder. Wilder's my guy. in the heavyweight division. Hate to see him get cheated. Because that first fight, Tyson Fury, was over. That was like a 13 count. Like fucking Buster Douglas had that 13 count. And that second fight was the floppy glove. That last fight, I don't know. Wilder just didn't seem right, but man, Tyson Fury beat the shit out of his ass. Glad to see him make a comeback after that. But man, he beat the dog shit out of him. Well, we'll talk some more boxing on the next go around. Let's see if I can get this moon shot. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave me some questions about life, about boxing. Another shout out to my boy, Bobby Bomack. He was my inspiration to really get out here tonight. But man, that video on with all these megapixels takes a long time to load up. It takes like a long time, man. I don't like breaking it down, chopping it up, but it takes a long time to load up. Well, I'm gonna let me know what you think, Bobby. Holla at your boy.